What is up, everybody, and welcome back, and I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys enjoyed the last video on about some of the deadlift tips and also warming up and also that functional workout that I provided. Now today I'll be going over I'll be doing a chest workout, sorry, and also another functional, more of a sprint and slash strength functional workout. But I'm not going to be going too in depth with the workout. I'll be covering some points here and there, but I kind of want to cover more my transition from Southampton going into London, and that's going to be like the moving, what it was like for me, and hopefully it gives you some insight and a bit of help onto if anybody has or wanting to try to do the same wherever you're trying to go to, from up north, wherever in the world, down south, trying to get into London. And I hope I can provide any tips that may be beneficial for you with the process. Yes, hello and welcome back to another voiceover. So today, like I said, we'll be doing chest and a functional workout, and it's both a sprint workout, but more of it's more intense, but I'll probably go through some points of that as well. But here you can just see I'm warming my rotator cuffs and just getting some blood into the shoulders, getting everything nice and warm. So yeah, I guess the first part is talking about the move from Southampton to London. And I guess the first point I want to try and cover is why I didn't move back to Nassau after finishing university, because it is like a question to be asked, because I'm also from there as well, and that's where my main home is. But honestly, I really like London. Every time I went to London or visited, I always had a really good time. I always enjoyed like the environment, and I also enjoyed just being there as well. I don't know, I guess the hustle and bustle of the city just really attracted me. And I guess finishing up university, I had a lot more opportunity to try something new that I've always wanted to try, and I've pretty much spent my whole life living in Nassau, so I just wanted a new experience really and just try it out. And I definitely do see myself staying in London for a good couple of years, for sure. And I definitely want to like share as well with other people for a house, and just try new experiences, you know. So yeah. Now going on to the main topic for moving, and some points that I found when I was trying to move to London was, number one, it is a lot more difficult than you can expect, 100%, especially if you're not in London. The time that it took me was a lot longer than I anticipated, simply because, another point that I'll cover, it just takes a lot of time, just trying to find some place that you may not be comfortable with at first, and so like, you may like it, then it's like gone instantly. If it's pretty insane of how the housing is in London, that I did not expect, and how quickly everything goes. As soon as something you see is on the market, is literally gone the next day, of how people are wanting to be in London. The second point is try to start as early as possible with trying to get into trying to get a place in London, because the sooner you leave it, the later on, then the less options you're going to have, and the sooner you do it, the better, because then, one, you can probably get the place you want earlier on, and you can get properly fixed of how you want to do it, and also you can have a bit more time, say, because maybe you're done university and then you're already started doing the housing search, and you already line up your job for, say, end of September, if you start your searching, say in April, then you already have a lot of experience with trying to sort something out and plenty of time for when you have to start your job. So I would say the sooner you do it, the better. Now, the next point I want to cover is with get an agent, because if you have contacts to deal with, then it makes life a lot easier with trying to sort out something that you want specifically rather than going through the actual agency, if that makes sense. So, what I mean by that is if you contact somebody, then get to know one specific person a lot better, because then they can specifically help you rather than just trying to deal with the whole agency and multiple different ones. Because then if you're dealing with one specific person, then it'll be a lot more easier for yourself, if that makes sense. And here, trying to get this last rep, the 38s. Come on. You boss. I tried to get that last one, but I was still good amount of quality reps with the 38s still. But yeah, I would say just try and get an agent, because the more contacts you know, then the better. Now, going on from that, I would say if you're already situated in London, then go to visit them, because I would say being in there in person in the agency, you get a lot more done, because then you can see of how you can properly communicate, because over the phone it does get a bit long, and then you have to worry about, oh, are they gonna call me back or not, and then you have to remember, it's like, oh, I gotta call them and stuff like that. So it's just because they're very busy as well, because during the summer, especially when everybody is trying to move, and also backing towards the end, some which I found up I did, it does get really hectic for like all the agencies. So if you can go and actually visit them, then it will be a lot better in my opinion. So yeah, and then the next point I want to go into is start as early as possible, whether that be just even looking online, or I would say just trying to visit a couple agencies. Even if you're visiting London, just have a pop in of the agency place or shop or whatever, and just see, like, just talk to them a bit about it, and then just try and again build up a contact from whoever it is in there that you discussed about. Hey, I'm looking to move to London. Is there any like tips or anything like that? And just try and build like contact. Then you can take their contact down. Then you can go back to them and say, okay, what can you offer me? I'm looking for a flat and wherever, so in London, from my job, close to you want to be, and that, and you may want to be close to a tube station as well, so it's less time to travel and stuff like that. So yeah. Also, the next point going on to with this is you want to be as close to your job as possible, where you're living, because traveling can be long, and also you have to probably worry about tube strikes as well, which is does happen quite frequently. I would say that the most frequent one that would probably definitely go on strike is the overground, and that's something you have to bear in mind when you're looking for a place, especially if your job isn't in walking distance or anything like that. Admittedly, you can take the bus or cycle, but it does get a bit tacky if you've never, or like hair-worthy, or whatever, or scary, yeah, whatever the case might be, with you've never moved or been to London before, and if you've never cycled there before, because cycling in London is quite scary. I've never done it, but I can just imagine, so with like all the big buses, and even driving in London is pretty crazy as well. Like, as people have told me, so that's a very important point to bear in mind as well. And for me personally, I would say that if you wanting to move to London, I would say that probably being close to a good like community is good as well, whether that be the fitness, if it's big on nightlife, I would say that's pretty important as well, because then you can go out and then whether that be trying to get to know the place better or the people there a bit better, or just trying to meet new people, I would say is a big thing as well. So have that to bear in mind as well. So those are like really the main points I think that I've really covered with that. And so I think, is that everything that I found? Yeah, I would say so. So hopefully that gave like a bit more of a heads up as to what to expect with that. If you're trying to move to London or anything like that. If I've missed anything, drop in the comments below. If you have any other questions, then I can ensure to answer it for you guys. So yeah, just moving on to a bit about the workout itself as well. Like I did, this is just a normal chest routine. I really tried to focus on being controlled as possible with each rep with this chest workout, really focusing on not locking out, keeping constant tension on the chest for every rep. And with this functional workout, it's a bit of a sprint workout slash real like taxer. I kind of underestimated this. I think it was because I haven't done the assault bike in so long, that's why. But we were doing, this is from March on this workout again. So we were doing 21 calories, then going into six ball of a shoulder, as you say, sandbag of a shoulder, and then you're doing 12 facing burpees, and you're hopping over the ball with each one, and then you're going back and doing another 18 calories, the same thing, and then you're doing 10 calories on the assault bike. So it was quite a grueling one. I didn't expect this to be quite as taxing as I thought. And then that's the first round, and then the second round you rest for 3 minutes, and then the next one is 21 calories again, 18, 12 calories on the assault bike, and then you do 12 let's say drop ball squats with the ball, and then you're like kind of holding it up against your chest as you do the squats. So after that you do 15 dumbbell snatches. I like to really kind of, with the dumbbell snatches, like to break it up, so not like 15 on each hand obviously. So I like to kind of break it up. And also what you want to do with the dumbbell snatches, what I've found is if you've kind of having a bit more lower back incorporated, you want to try and drop the dumbbell between your heels, if that makes sense. So you're really trying to not get too much of a flexion of the spine. You want to really get a fluid motion every single time you do the dumbbell snatches as well. With these squats now, the drop ball squats, I'm really trying to focus just sitting down, if that makes sense. So not really putting too much effort and just going straight down and trying not to let my chest cave down too much. Admittedly, I was quite fatigued here with this last round, so I try to keep my chest up as much as possible. And with going back to the dumbbell snatches, I did try to get one movement as much as possible, dropping it to the ground and then coming up in one movement. So it's not too much of a two movement. We're trying to, I guess, hoist the dumbbell up, trying to get to the top. And another I guess tip with it is, when you're grabbing the dumbbell, you want to see my hand is at the front. This makes it easier or a lot more efficient to have the dumbbell going towards up, so you're spending less energy overall with trying to put the dumbbell up towards the head. So yeah, thank you for watching the video for today. I hope I covered pretty much like the main points for trying to move to London and of what I ran into to try and get to do early and trying to avoid as well. If there are any other points, be sure to drop me a message on my Instagram at DavidWLifts, and or drop them in the comments below and I can answer them for you. But apart from that, thank you for watching the video. Like I said, make sure you subscribe and drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one.